Hey guys, Scott and Nate from PlayYourCourt.com, and today we're going to show you how to hit a beginner backhand, just like Nate's.
I'm working on it.
All right, so today we're talking about the beginner backhand, and this video is for players with a PlayYourCourt rating of 49 and below. If you're not in our community or familiar with our rating system, this is the equivalent of a beginner level tennis player or a USTA 2.5. So when we talk about beginner backhands, the good news is there's really only a couple different variations of this. The backhand you learned today is actually going to look a lot like some of the backhands you see on the Pro Tour. One other thing that I want to highlight, we are only talking about a two-handed backhand today. As a beginner, that's where I like you to start with a two-handed backhand. If you realize later down the road that the one-hander is more natural, that'll be when we take that top hand off and we'll instruct you to the one-hander. But it's extremely important if you're just getting started to learn the two-hander first. And step one is to cover the grip. So there's a lot going on with your backhand grip here. Obviously, there's two hands on the racket, so let's talk about your top hand first. Me as a right-handed player, I'm going to put my non-dominant or my left hand on top and my right hand or my dominant hand on bottom. So let's first talk about what I'm doing with my bottom hand, my right hand. If I approached my racket as if I was going to shake somebody's hand, that is the grip I want you to have on the bottom of the racket. And to be quite honest, if this isn't perfect, that's okay, because the majority of your energy here should be coming from your left hand. The bottom hand is really just on here for stability. So if this isn't perfect, it's okay, but think handshake grip. Your top hand, for me as a right-handed player, my left hand, I'm going to take my hand and put it directly behind the back of the racket. So if I was swinging in this direction, if you zoom in here, you'll see that my hand is completely behind the grip. That top knuckle on my index finger on my left hand, as well as my heel, is flush behind that racket, providing maximum stability as I make contact with the ball. So again, to recap, bottom hand, we're not that focused on it. Right hand, handshake grip. Top knuckle on my index finger, as well as the heel of my hand, is directly behind the racket. So now that we've talked about the grip, Nate's going to jump in and show you what to do with it and talk about how to swing.
All right, now that you have your grips, let's talk about the take back. When we take the racket back, we're going to focus on our left hand, our non-dominant hand, and we're going to pull back with our shoulders and the hips. You might be asking yourself, how far back do I need to go? Use the perimeter of getting your shoulder underneath your chin. The shoulder under the chin will ensure a full take back to give you maximum power to the ball. What will happen is if your shoulder floats away from the chin, you're going to open early and you're going to hook the ball wide. As I take the racket back, I really can't get the racket too low. In fact, I want you to remember something, to dip the racket in the pool. Think being at a pool and tormenting a buddy. You walk, grab the pool, grab the water, and you splash it up on them, right? It's going to be the same leverage that we're creating with the backhand. I'm going to dip the head of the racket into the pool, and I'm going to splash up to my follow-through. So the follow-through, the third major part. The follow-through, just think about answering the phone with both hands. We're going to get the racket nice and high up to the ear. And with those three things, I think we're going to have a pretty good backhand.
So to recap, 4 things to think about with the beginner backhand. The grip, we talked about the handshake on the bottom with the Eastern grip on top. Again, that's your index finger, the top knuckle and heel directly behind the back of the racket. And again, don't worry too much about your bottom hand. It's going to naturally shift and do its thing as you pull that racket back. Step 2, make sure you're getting turned sideways with that shoulder under your chin. Step 3, dip that racket in the pool to fling that water up on your friend. And step 4, follow through tight by your ear. If you do these 4 things, you're going to be well on your way to hitting a great backhand. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really want you to improve your tennis game. The problem is I don't really know anything about you or your skill level. So what I want you to do, click the button below, answer a couple of quick questions for me about your game. I'm then going to send you custom tailored content with things that you specifically need to be working on to improve your game. Just click the button below, answer a couple of questions, and I'll do the rest.